Hey everybody, what's up? Let's hold the truth hostage where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Now, I just want to give an update for the channel. I know I ain't been updating as frequently, man. It's just the way I look at it with YouTube, man. I'm not going to make it sound like I'm some kind of victim of YouTube's suppressorism. That's what they gotta call it. It's not an algorithm. It's a suppressorism. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those. It don't make sense that you have 260 subscribers and you're struggling to average 25 views because, they shadow banned the channel. Like I said on these, the comments I posted, they shadow banned the channel. But, I have some great announcements, man. I have some super dope announcements. I'm about to working on a lot of stuff, 2021. I've been going through some things, personal things, personal life stuff. I won't get into that. But basically I just want to let y'all know I'm gonna be working on a book. It's gonna be I read Coach Greg Adams' book, you have to get the free agent lifestyle. I read it. And all I can say is, I read that book. I've written a book already called I wrote a book already, but it was more of a novel. Wrote a novel, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be writing a book. The book will be called Manvantage. Manvantage. That's what the book will be called. It'll be called Manvantage. I might alter the name, but that's the working title I'll be sticking to, called Manvantage. Because I think one of the big aspects of this whole red pill community, one of the big issues we have, eating this bowl of cereal, one of the big issues we have in the community is that if you watch the red pill community, a lot of it seems very defeatist, You know what I mean? A lot of big channels, in all honesty, it's a lot of them speaking in a defeated mindset, as though we men are victims, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you this, dude, we've been taught to volunteer to be victims. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between being a victim and a volunteered victim. You know what I'm saying? A volunteered victim is somebody who volunteers, who made their choices. And that's what the laws, and I'll give you an example. This is one of the greatest examples right here. A sign that you're a volunteered victim. Check this out. I'm going to say, man, when you're crossing the street, you see a stray dog, make sure you move slowly, make sure you try to get out of the way or turn back because it might bite you. Now, what someone who's a volunteered victim, who's been taught by the agenda, they're gonna hear a reason to argue with me. Not all stray dogs bite. Not all stray dogs bite. You gotta understand, when did I say all stray dogs bite? A lot of people have been trained. You know what I mean? A lot of people have been trained for that. Right, let me stop eating. A lot of people been trained to actually look for a reason to find you antagonistic. Look for a reason to argue with you. Like they'll hear things. That's how you know you have a very sick a pro-sick society is that you literally, even the news is co-opting this whole thing. You know, a guy says one thing, man, I don't like this. You don't like all of us. You see, it always rolls off the tongue all. Even if you don't say all. A lot of people look for a reason to be antagonized by you. And what I say by volunteered victim is this. There's a difference between somebody who got caught. Let's say a house breaking in. You know what I mean? Somebody breaks into your home and pulls out a gun and, you know, shoots you, whatever, you know, armed burglary, you know what I'm saying? They try to burglarize your home with a gun. That's you being a victim. That's not you volunteering. Now, let's say your door's locked. Now, here's where you volunteered. You left your door unlocked at night. You know, you left your door unlocked. It don't matter if it's a safe neighborhood. It doesn't matter. Because guess what? Through neighborhoods, they have intersections. And you've created an opportunity. So you left your door open at night. And somebody walked in and they had a gun and they started robbing you. You volunteered by providing that opportunity for you to be a victim of their opportunistic mind state at the moment. Said I wasn't gonna eat. But that's the thing. A lot of men have been taught to be volunteered victims. And, you know, I plan to do a video on that, but a lot of men, you know, if you watch the whole manosphere, the whole community, the red pill community and the make child community, you're going to hear a lot of, man, they asked for this, they asked for that, we gave it to them, we have it rough, we got it this, we got it that. No, we don't. Dude, you got to understand that the way the system's set up, it's set up for men to volunteer. You volunteer. It's not like, what is it? Let's say, let me use child support for an example. It's not like you're drafted into child support. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're drafted into divorce. It's not like you're drafted into alimony. You volunteer. You know what I'm saying? There's a huge difference between you being forced and you volunteering, you know? And to me, that's the big message, you know, that's gotta be pushed more. That, dude, a lot of men are volunteering. They're volunteering to be a victim. That's why a lot of men, and to be honest with you, don't feel sorry for you. Because you volunteered. You know what I'm saying? It's like you burned your home. You set fire into your living room. You set fire into your living room. And now it engulfs the entire house. You want people to feel sorry for you that you burned down your home and now you're homeless. You know what I'm saying? You volunteered for that. And that's what's going on. A lot of men are being trained to volunteer, you know, be it through shame, be it through quote unquote, it's your duty as a man to volunteer to be a victim. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of men being trained to volunteer. And the other thing is, you know, like I was saying, in the community, there's a large defeatist aspect, man. There's a defeatist aspect to this community. When in reality, if you invest in the long term, and I'm saying long term is in 10, 20 to 30 years from now, the truth is, man, all this stuff is set up to actually lead to the ultimate victory. And, you know, men have already won. You won by being born anyway. You know, you gotta look is this, man. How do we, you know, I'm gonna alter it a little, but how do you go to space? How do we go from Earth to space? That's what you gotta understand. And how do we do that? You got to understand a lot of what I call inconveniences need to be removed. And that inconvenience is 9 months. It takes 9 months to give life. 9 months in the womb. And then you got to supply food to somebody that's having that child for 9 months. So how you going to do that in space? That's a lot of extra resources, excess resources. Then the difference between genetics, what I'm saying? The male bone density is thicker, harder. And then space naturally lessens your bone density. I plan to do a video on it. But in reality, man, this community, it's a lot of defeatist mind state, man. Dude, it's not that bad to be a man, dude. You gotta get up. And here's the thing, man. This is the biggest thing a lot of channels advertise. Because to me, after watching a lot of channels, man, if you watch a lot of them start try to feed off of sympathy. Oh man, we men don't get thanked. We don't get thanked enough for what we do. We're not valued. Dude, if you weren't valued, why are you employed? Why are you employed to do a job? You know what I'm saying? Construction, whatever a man is specialized in. Why are you hired? There's a value to that. You know what I mean? A lot of people push a narrative of breaking their fellow man down. Oh man, we're not appreciated. We're not loved. This and that. When if you go way back to the beginning of manhood, our oldest ancestors, you know what I mean? What caveman was like, damn, I got the fire started, man. Why ain't nobody praying to me? Why ain't nobody praising me and thanking me? Nope, it worked. A man isn't about that whole validation and crap. That's to get a emotional response from you. Validation requires emotion. You know what I mean? You ever worked with somebody where they're like, yo, man, we did it. We pushed through, we made it. And that person is just looking at you like that. No expression because, hey, okay, we did it. The results. That's what most men are about. It's about results, man. Get it done, move on. You know what I'm saying? It don't work, try something else. You know what I mean? Should I receive validation? Oh, I made fire. Oh man, it worked. The only thing that matters is it worked. Oh man, the rest of the tribe isn't validating me. Isn't saying I'm the greatest thing. Isn't saying I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. Dude, man, validation is about emotion. You know what I mean? You buy, give you an example. You buy a set of keys. If the keys don't work, that's what you're angry about. You don't care if you bought these keys and you receive validation. No, dude, it's about, do you have the results that were planned? That whole validation crap is BS. It's all to get you emotionally invested. And the more you watch a lot of these channels, you know what I'm saying, the more channels I've watched, I don't watch as much anymore. I'm in here and there. But the more you watch, you just see them using they're trying to get male sympathy. I'm a man just like you. Man, they don't appreciate us. They don't value us. Society doesn't value us. Man, we're not loved and all this emotional crap. You know what I mean? You gotta ask yourself, can you go to the grocery store and pay for food with love? Can you build a house with love? You know, can you just love something and a house will be built? You know what I'm saying? All that emotional stuff. You know, when I first started in the community, I was like, oh man, you know, it got me riled up a little. Got the juice flowing where sympathy and all that. But then you realize over time that, dude, a lot of these channels, man, they're just feeding on something that doesn't exist. That whole devaluation of man, it's a myth. If we as men weren't so valuable, why the hell would we still be employed in doing things and building the world and continuing its future? It's all about, you gotta look at it like a tactic they used in what they call those it's not so fraternities. You know, they'll break you down and try to build you up. But what you see a lot in this community, a lot of times, is that you'll see they just keep breaking you down. All is lost, man. You can't do this, you can't do that, man. Nobody loves you. Your children don't love you. Your wife don't love you. Your dog don't love you. It's all about keeping you down in a emotional, pit of your own despair. So it looks like you're just reaching for help. Help me, my fellow man. Help me, please. Help me. That's what a lot of the community tends to do, man. If you watch this, a man got divorced again. A man this, a man that, man, oh, sad for him, sad, this could be you. You're in danger, you're this, you're that. It becomes oversaturated with breaking you down. You know what I'm saying? It becomes oversaturated. The community, the manosphere, with just breaking you down or selling you a false narrative, a false comfort. You know what I'm saying? That you as a man, the more red pill side of the community tends to, well, if you're a real man, if you're a man of honor, valor, you can control your woman and keep her from straying from your glory as a man. Yeah. Dude, the truth is this, man. And I've said this on many videos. You're not faster than a text message. You're not faster than a phone call. You're not faster than a voice call. You're not faster than a video call. You're not faster than anything that involves technology and communication. Then you have the laws with it. You know what I'm saying? The laws that are designed to have you disposed. You as a man have to understand. You gotta look at the laws. It has nothing to do with technology. You watch a lot of these channels where they'll tell you, Instagram, Tinder, and all that ruined women, ruined the dating scene. You know what I mean? Ruined the dating scene. Facebook, social media ruined it. Social media has nothing to do with it. Because let's go all the way back. Let's go to the 1930s. So you're telling me in the 1930s, people could not get together in groups, in masses, for concerts, for picnics, social events? Yeah, they could in the 1930s. So that whole thing about social media destroyed your woman's loyalty and all that, it has nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Don't listen to any man who's telling you it's social media. That has nothing to do with it. The truth is simple. It has to do with one thing, and that's the law. The law that made men, the law that made it like this. And I made a video. I'll most likely end up making a micro version. You know what I mean? I could go into the video and clip it. But the thing is this, the law kept men accountable And the law made women limited liabilities. They have limited liability. And when you have limited liability and you as a man have complete liability and accountability, and you try to bring those two different spectrums together, it ultimately benefits the person with the limited liability. And it's in the law. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with social media. Social media, well, man, social media was on, if social media was here in the 1940s, your wife would have been cheating on you, this and that. No, it wouldn't happen as much to damn near ever, because the laws of when men and women were both liable, it's, both liable on both ends, both had liability. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter if she socialized with your neighbor or socialized with the town. It didn't matter. That whole social media stuff, it's a lot of, you got to understand in the manosphere. And there's a lot of guys that come here from divorce, from potential suicide, from potential, self-harm, losing their family, being homeless, fighting. So there's a lot of men in the community that see that you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable at the moment. And you being vulnerable, they take advantage of that. And they take advantage of that by keeping you in a state of all is lost. Listen to my voice. Listen to my voice, you divorced man. You man fighting child support. You man with all things are lost. Listen to my voice and reach for my hand, brother. I'm gonna save you. No, dude, you're vulnerable. So all they're gonna keep doing is keep you in a state of paranoia. Keep you in a state of paranoia where they seem like your only hope. That's a huge problem in this community, where a lot of men in this community are taking advantage of your vulnerability. Because what happens in this community? The majority of men that join or, come watch it are men in extremely vulnerable positions. Divorce, suicide, alimony, child support. You know what I mean? What's that other one? False accusations. You know what I'm saying? Restraining orders, all this stuff. You're in a state of vulnerability where you can't think. And a lot of the message over and over again, man gets divorced. Oh man, your children won't love you. A man isn't loved no more. A man isn't appreciated no more. Society is against men, this and that, this and that. No, dude, society isn't against men. What happened is this, dude, you got to understand, is that experiment of love and stuff like that, it's peaked. It's peaked years ago. It peaked back in the 2000s. And it's been self-destructing, you know what I'm saying, ever since. And what's happening is, more men are adapting to this. Man, like I keep telling a lot of guys, men don't live, we do not live in problems. We dismiss problems and exist in solutions. Let me repeat that. You could live by this. We dismiss problems and live in solutions. What's happening is, all that stuff over romanticizing men, which, has had them look away from the laws. You got to remember that no-fault divorce was passed in 1969. Section 8 that literally told, the government literally came in and told the moms to push the fathers out so they can help them maintain a broken family. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff with love and looking the other way, letting your emotions guide you, it's dissipating. That's why you have the rise of the MGTOW and red pill community. Is that it's the answer to the fact that all this love crap that's being put on men, you know what I mean, with relationships and all that, all this false equality thing that's being promoted, when in actuality, It's all inequality. You know what I'm saying? Here's inequality. You're equal, you know what I'm saying, without the work. That's inequality. I mean, I plan to do some videos on equality and why it's, why inequality is really what they're promoting. It has nothing to do with we're all equal. How are we all equal when our responsibilities are different? You know what I'm saying? That when there's piles of dead male bodies by the hundreds of millions, when in reality this country could fall if the men couldn't defend it. Yet, oh man, I could go on that. But like I was saying, let me get back to, stop the ranting type scenario. I wasn't ranting, brothers. I was just laying a lot of stuff out. But like I was saying, man, I'm coming out with a book. The book will be called Manvantage. I think, we've seen a lot of books in this community about a man being a victim, a man suffering, a man going, being backed against the corner. The man has nothing to win. Society doesn't love him. All this BS. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, we're going backwards. We're going back. In actuality, society is pushing men back to the men of the 1900s, 1800s, 1700s. Men where, dude, your emotions, that was a scam. You know what I'm saying? Snake oil salesman. Listen to this. All you need is love. Love will keep you alive. It will make your life better. You shall live a glorious life. All you need is love. Love will keep you warm. Love will keep you clothed. Love will progress your family. Dude, it's a snake sales pitch, man. You know what I'm saying? This one aspect of your life will keep everything and give you everything. It's BS. And what's happening is a lot of men, that's why you see, one thing you see with this community is men stating the laws, men stating the stats, the statistics, and all that. You know what I mean? Because they're going back to what men really were. Men were about results. It ain't about emotion. Men knew way back. And think about this, the whole love narrative made by your fellow man. Your fellow man made the whole love pitch, the whole, you know what I mean? The whole agenda thing was by a man. Dude, we men, it's all about manipulating our fellow man. This whole thing about this community where a lot of stuff is, woman this, woman that, it's BS, man. They have nothing to do with it. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You're falling into the game of your fellow man. You know what I'm saying? All you're doing, the whole pitch of modern marriage, the consumeristic marriage, the whole pitch of consumeristic marriage and the laws is designed for you as a man to invest your entire life and your resources into a political pawn, a political pawn. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And a lot of men need to understand that. That's why you see a lot of dudes where they ask them, what about the red pill rage? How do I get out of that? And then a lot of channels will tell you, well, you just got to go through it. You'll eventually break out of it. You just got to go through it. The reason they say that is they themselves don't have the answer. They still think that the problem lies in the women they've been with, rather than understanding these are pawns. These are pawns in a system. You know what I'm saying? And these are pawns with your fellow man. You see a lot of channels will say, hey, man, you know what I mean? The world is being ruled by birds, by women, this and that. Dude, how can a pawn rule anything? You know what I'm saying? It's a pawn, bro. It's just your fellow man has realized your ultimate weakness. You're always looking out for what man is gonna stab you in the back. You won't look at the woman that will. You know what I'm saying? So they positioned her in a pawn position where it always puts you back in the hands of the politics of your society and in the law system and the authority. That's what it is. And a lot of the red pill rage, a lot of men in this community feel is because a lot of your fellow man that's in this community don't have enough logistics. They don't have enough logic to tell you that, dude, the red pill rage, in actuality, this entire rage you're feeling is actually, if it's towards your the opposite sex, is misplaced. It's misplaced. It's actually you buying the snake oil pitch that your fellow man has sold to you of love and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? Being loyal to an emotional state to the point where this red pill rage is actually, you know what I'm saying, your way of dealing with things, which being over emotional. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's you've been raised and trained so down to the grain. Like I told you when this video started, if I say, yo, a stray dog is across the street, be careful, it might bite you, be careful, you automatically hear, he said all stray dogs are gonna bite you, man. You're wrong. You're looking for an emotional way to be enraged and be angered. You know what I'm saying? Old red pill rage in actuality is a response to you. You know what I'm saying? It's a response to the emotional thing you've been fed and trained to seek out emotional gratitude. And the only way you know how to respond, since you've been so far away from logic with all this emotion, the only way you know how to respond is with more emotion. So that emotion becomes negative. So you're telling me my whole life that was built on finding love and trust in everything and my emotions was a lie? My God, you know, the rage, now I'm angry. I'm gonna go emotionally towards anger versus understanding that, damn, I was duped. I've been duped. I fell for a pitch. I fell for a snake oil salesman's pitch that this emotion is all I need. It's a lie. And if that's a lie, man, what have I been ignoring? I've been ignoring the logic. I've been ignoring the law. I've been ignoring so many things that keep this thing moving. The solution is actually me looking into the law and becoming more logical, becoming more mathematical, and more aware of the logistics of the law versus the emotion. And I'll be better. And then it's about me realizing that, damn, as a man, damn, I'm not good to anybody if I'm overly emotional. I'm not good. I'm supposed to be a logical cornerstone, a leader. My life is on the line. Logic is what keeps me alive. You know, I'm a man. I'm a weapon, for God's sakes. I'm a living weapon. You know what I mean? And a weapon can't be emotional. It has to be logical in its use. It requires responsibility. Because here's what I mean by you're a weapon is this. A man's in front of another man that's a cop. That man gets too close to the point where he could reach and take that cop's gun. That cop shoots that man. You know what I'm saying? He got too close to my weapon. I had to shoot him. He got too close. What if he grabbed? I don't know this man. This citizen is a stranger. And this citizen getting that close to me, I felt uncomfortable. And I reached for my gun and I shot him. You know what I'm saying? You're another man. I don't know how strong this other man is. Maybe he could overpower me and take my gun. That's why when you talk to somebody with a gun, you talk 3 to 6 feet away. You keep a good distance. So you're not seen as a threat, but like I said, dudes, I'm gonna be writing a book. The book is gonna be called Manvantage. You know what I mean? I had a tagline for it. It was gonna be Manvantage. I forgot the tagline, but the book will basically cover everything, man. It's gonna be. I'm gonna write it down in chapters. It's gonna cover from your birth, your place in society, relationships, your your right as a man, your advantages as a man, and my thoughts on the future, man. One big thing I think about the future, I think a big thing that needs to be solved, because in my honest opinion, man, we're over 400 years behind. We're over 400 years behind. We might even be over 600 years to 1,000 years behind when it comes to technology, because we men, you know what I'm saying, when the government got corrupt and seek power, the government made it about agenda versus results. Okay, we sent men into space. We sent men into space, okay, and they worked. They're actually better fit for space. You know what I'm saying? Their bone density, their lack of that time of the month, their lack of emotional distress and all this stuff, they're better fit. So let's keep sending more men to space. And then we'll figure out a way to get the population into space. You know what I'm saying? Nope. Instead, let's put agenda. Let's push some agenda. Let's give everyone equally. Let's give representation to everybody in space. Let's get away from the results and put agenda in politics. You know what I'm saying? And then there's another big technological thing. I think that we should have solved this issue easily over 250 years ago is the energy crisis. The reason we need to solve the energy crisis is that, in all honesty, energy should be free. Now, there should be two forms of energy. Of course, the universal public requirement for energy. So you can still sell it. For example, a certain amount of energy will be allocated to a certain amount of people for free. But if you want more, then you got to pay for this energy. And this alternative form of energy we have could be damn near like the sun. You know what I'm saying? We would have had that energy already, damn near unlimited amount. And the reason we need this unlimited amount of energy is that a lot of companies don't tell you this. They don't think this. They don't calculate that the housing expenses affect the consumer expenses. You know what I'm saying? And it also affects the educational aspect. How can man reach its peak? You know what I'm saying? How can we reach our peak when we're worried about having light in our home, having electricity, stuff that we should have access to infinite, access to without payment, so we can focus on reaching our full potential. You know what I'm saying? Electricity should be like breathing right now. Oh, look how easy that is. That's how electricity should be. You see, look at that light above. That's what electricity should be like. Air should just come with the home. You know what I'm saying? Should just come with it. A lot of people say that whole universal living and stuff, it's socialism. No. It's not socialism. You know what I mean? You thinking it's socialism that, we men have come this far and still have to pay for electricity and lighting? That's limiting us. We shouldn't have to pay for something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, should you pay for more? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you want to use an amount of electricity that is above the universal requirement. Yeah. You should pay for it. That will leave open companies to still sell and make money off of it. But you shouldn't be in a house. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be in a house. In all honesty, man, you shouldn't even be, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be worrying about electricity in a house. In all honesty, technically, you shouldn't even worry about, like, where you live. Technically, you shouldn't even have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Because you technically shouldn't, because it limits your participation in in economics. Now, there would still be jobs. You would still have electricians and such. You know what I'm saying? But for more electricity, you should pay. There should be a price for, when you want more, more than you need. But you having it should be free. Electricity, we should be able to not worry about that when it comes to participating in the economy. You know what I'm saying? You paying it, you having to pay for electricity in your home. That's limiting. That's limiting your participation. But ultimately, that's limiting your participation in human reproduction. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these guys that tell you, oh, it's socialism. Yeah, socialism, in all honesty, in my opinion, is socialism is when they try to get everyone to play the same limited game, the same game of limitation. That's socialism in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? The same games of limitation. Yeah, we should all do this and that and limit our potential. You know what I mean? As a group, we should limit our potential. But you having to pay for electricity, it doesn't make sense. If the goal of mankind is to continue our species and our population and keeping that DNA of our population fresh, you know what I'm saying? Keeping that DNA diverse. So in case a disease happens, let's give an example. Let's say a disease happens. This disease wipes out a certain amount of the population. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't wipe out another set of the population. So we recoup. And another thing you gotta look at, man. I plan to cover all this on my book I'll be working on called Manvantage. You know what I'm saying? Manvantage. I forgot the tagline for it. You know what I'm saying? Forgot the tagline. But Manvantage, I plan to cover everything. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an easy read. It's gonna be probably 60 to 150 pages, but it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be chapters where I just cover things and I keep it moving. It's gonna be quick. I'm gonna start outlining the book, and it's gonna be a very proactive book, man. Hopefully, my goal with this book is that after you read it, you realize that we're over 500 years behind, and that you shouldn't look into your current state of the world like we've reached a peak of our abilities. You know what I'm saying? That we've succeeded and done something special. You shouldn't be looking at it like that. You know what I mean? By the time you read this book, you'll understand your place in the world. You'll understand that you're not a failure as a man. You have the manvantage. 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 You have the manvantage, man. Now you should be confident. You should be happy. You know what I'm saying? In fact, even if you're not happy, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're just, in all honesty, I want you to look at this. Yeah, what was I expressing? I was expressing calmness, and I was expressing just being numb. not really caring. This is how you're supposed to be. But what have they taught you? They taught you that expression I just showed you. They taught you, oh, that's negative, man. Why isn't he smiling? Why isn't he overly expressive? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him staying still and not having a problem? That's what this society is all about, is just having you jittery and wiry. Oh man, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm excited. Like you're some type of confused dog. You know what I'm saying? Versus, yeah, today was today. You know, it was a little tough. Today was a little tough, but I got through it. You know, today is today. Well, let's see what's gonna happen tomorrow. But today was today. You know what I'm saying? In fact, you guys start saying that from now on. Use this line. When somebody asks you about today, how was your day? Well, today was today. You know what I mean? I just hope to see what tomorrow will be about. You know what tomorrow will bring. But today was today. Now, what did I say by saying today is today? Well, I'm basically saying, okay, it's today, and I did what I had to do, and what happened happened. I'm not, oh man, it was a bad day. I was so sad today. I was so angry. I was so happy. I was so thrilled. I was so sad. I was suicidal. I was so numb. Nope. Today was today. Yeah. Another today. That's what today was, another today. Wonder what tomorrow's gonna be like. Wonder if tomorrow's gonna be like today. You know what I mean? It might have been a little tough, but it was today. So guys, I'm writing a book. The book will be called Manvantage. I have to remember the tagline. I have to remember that. I forget the tagline, but I'm gonna be working on a novel. A book to help you out, uplift you, and hopefully by the time you done reading the book, you're finished, you'll understand that emotion is nothing more than a snake oil salesman. It's snake oil that you gotta maintain one emotion. I gotta be happy. I gotta be happy every day. I gotta be happy. I gotta be happy, happy, happy. When you're seeking to feel like that, it becomes what will make you happy. What can they provide to keep you happy versus you're existing. You're here, you're alive, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep doing this. That's it. That whole emotion of happiness, sadness, it's all about having you on a schedule of seeking a level of emotional fulfillment. It's a trap. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn to return to what you were. You know what I mean? When a baby is born, a baby is the purest version of you. What was the purest version of you? A baby. Because when you were a baby, you were sad. You cried when you didn't get food. You cried when you were scared. And you cried when you were, you were alone, or, you know what I'm saying? You weren't aware of your parents. But most of the time you were just in that crib, moving your body, looking around, existing. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of men are suffering from, is trying to find when they were at their purest, when they were at their best mentally. You were at your best mentally when you were a toddler or a child. You know what I'm saying? Where you only cared about things that mattered. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a baby. You were hungry, you cried. You know what I'm saying? You weren't sure of what's going on in the world. You needed reassurance. You cried to get attention from your parents. Simple math. That's what you got to return to. But this has been Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies and we wouldn't buy snake oil. Peace.